Hey everyone, welcome back to Economics with Dr. A. Today we're talking about this amazing report that just was released by the Census Bureau. The report is the 2022 Income, Poverty, Health Insurance Coverage in the United States. It is the report that comes out every September and covers the poverty rates for the previous year. There's a wealth of information and data in this report, so let's dig deep into it. We've summarized it so you could figure out what the takeaways are and how that impacts your life. The first part of this report is the income trends for 2022, and according to this report, the real median income in the United States is now $74,580, and that's a decrease of 2.3% from the previous year. Last year, our real median income was $76,330. So we've seen incomes fall in the past year, but there's more to it. The report reveals that income inequality has actually decreased in the past year. It decreased by 1.2% in between 2021 and 2022, and this actually marks the first time since 2007 that we've seen a decrease in income inequality. The reason that we've seen income inequality fall is because of differences in pre-tax income. So the 90th and 50th percentile actually saw a decline in their real median income by 5.5% and 2.3% respectively. And we saw the bottom 10% percentile actually experience an increase of 1.2% in their pre-tax income. When we look at post-tax, this is a totally different situation and worth discussing. So post-tax incomes, what we saw is the 90th, 50th, and 10th percentile all experienced a drop in real median income by as much as 7%, 8.8%, and a whopping 14% respectively. So the lowest 10th percentile actually saw their post-tax income fall by 14%. This is huge. This actually led income inequality to increase in post-tax measures by 3.2%. So it depends on which measure of income we're using, pre-tax or post-tax, in what has happened to income inequality in the United States. So let's talk about the poverty rates. The poverty rates for 2022 are actually no different than what they were statistically from the year before, around 11.5%. But that means roughly 37.9 million individuals in the United States are considered to be living in poverty. That's a huge number. As far as poverty rates, here's the noteworthy data. What we saw in 2022 is the official poverty rate for Black individuals actually decreased between the years of 2021 and 2022, and this is actually the lowest level ever recorded for Black individuals in poverty. This is a positive sign. Let's talk about another measure of poverty called the Supplement Poverty Measure, SPM. And this measure goes beyond the traditional poverty measure. It actually considers government assistance, taxes, housing, all other expenses. So this is a more inclusive measure of poverty. And here's the kicker when it comes to this data. Over the past year, we've seen the elimination or the sunsetting of some of these federal tax policies that actually were beneficial and were propping the U.S. economy and the poverty measures in the United States. We saw programs like the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit actually go away, and we saw a lot of pandemic-era stimulus payments disappear. And this led the SPM poverty measure to change. And what we saw is in 2022, the SPM poverty measure increased to 12.4%. That's an increase of 4.6 percentage points from the previous year. And this is the first increase in the SPM poverty rate since 2010. SPM child poverty rates doubled last year. So now we went from 5.2% child poverty in 2021 to about 12.4%. So when we're using this inclusive measure of poverty, the numbers don't look good for the United States. Here's the reality. Social safety net programs, federal stimulus package is what's been propping the poverty rate in the United States and incomes. Social security played a crucial role in lifting roughly 28.9 million people out of poverty in the United States. Refundable tax credits helped 9.6 million people in 2021, but in 2022, they only helped 6.4 million. So this has led to a decrease in post-tax money because we're eliminating a lot of the transfers payments that people were receiving to prop up their income and therefore eliminate poverty. So this is a summary of the poverty report. It's a complex data, and it's a complex report that we hopefully have summarized for you. We've given you our takeaways. We would love to hear what your thoughts are. So if you found this really informative, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Once again, my name is Dr. Abdullah Barani. I go by Dr. A. I'm an associate professor of economics at the Hale College of Business. And on this channel, we take complex economic concepts and make them easier for you to understand and understand how it impacts your personal lives. See you all next week.